Jet planes in the night sky with you, getting high in the sunrise with you, getting through all the bad times with you. I wasn't missing a thing, no I do. And I wish that I could build a time machine, 'cause time moves on, and now you're gone. Oh, if only I could build a time machine, I'd come and...
Morning, welcome back. So you joined me today down at the Viaducts Fishery, just outside of Yeovil. Day ticket water, predominantly match lakes here, but did fish here in one of my very early vlogs. So if you want to go back through, had a good little session over on Carey Lake. Today we're on Spring Lake, which is more sort of considered the carp water here. Although they all do hold carp, it's generally the lake that the predominantly carp fishermen come to. Oh wow, little robin's just landed on my camera. He's after a bit of the old Parker Baits boilie crumb I put down on the deck in here. Right, not sure, you might have seen that, might have seen him just drift off, or camera may have shook a bit, but yeah, he actually just literally landed on top of the camera. So yeah, sorry, back to the lake. Yeah, predominantly carp fishing on this lake. So I'm in peg 3, which is the third one along as you walk onto the lake from the car park. I've got one out on the island, I've got one down the margin. Fished here about a month ago, done really well. I think it was 5 or 6 fish, had a nice 25-pound mirror, so I'll stick the picture up of that anyway. And yeah, decided to go for the same peg, exactly the same spots. One probably 3 or 4 foot off the island, and one literally 12 foot down the margin. On this session I am using Parker Baits, which Ben kindly sent out a little package to me, asked me if I'd do a little review on the bait. So yeah, really chuffed that he sent me out a little package to give a whirl, really. If you haven't already, head over to their YouTube channel, which is Parker Brothers. They've got some wicked videos there. Yeah, and they've also obviously got a bait company as well, which has been running, you know, a fair while now, I think. So yeah, he sent me out a little bundle, which you can see in the last video I done. So yeah, I am using that here today as a little, you know, thank you gesture to, you know, for sending it out, really. What I've done is both rods are on Ronnie rigs, little 12mm yellow pop-ups. And on each I've just hooked on a bag of the Parker Baits crumb, which is the OG fruit and nut, which he sent me out. On top of that, I've then got the Parker Baits sauce, which is a very sort of thick liquid, which I've basically coated half the mesh little stocking of crumb, which I've got here. So little one of these, got that, covered that in a little bit of sauce, about half of it, like one side of it, and then I've got what they call the magic dust. So what I've then done, obviously I've got the little bag, rolled that in there, give it a little shake up, so half to 3/4 of it is covered in the sauce and the magic dust. I've then nicked that onto the Ronnie rig, cast that out to the spots, and we've had a fish already. So that's really good. It wasn't a huge fish by any means, but a fish nonetheless. So yeah, I'll put a little video up of that. There you go. First one of the morning. Parker Baits OG fruit and nut. Little bag of crumb. Bit of sauce on the PVA mesh bag, and then sprinkled with a little bit of the magic dust. So yeah, first one. Rod's been out about a quarter of an hour. Little yellow pop-up on a Ronnie rig. So yeah, probably about 7 or 8 pound, but that'll do. And yeah, hopefully first of many to come. But obviously with it, you know, getting on into winter now, the temperatures have dropped. The water is really cold. I'd hazard a guess probably maybe 7-8 degrees off the top of my head. I know a lot of people do, use thermometers, and if the water temperature is too cold, then they won't fish. But no, I'd rather be here than sort of stuck indoors anyway. It was only a week ago that I got over COVID. Um, Anybody who hasn't had it, don't have it. It's not a nice experience. Um, but yeah, it's just good to be back out and a bit of fresh air, and I've been back to work a week now, so that's been really hard, really hard. Tiring, really, just lack of energy still. So fortunately enough, I've got me smell and me taste back. So the bait, the OG fruit and nut really does smell a good bait. It's like my daughter likened it to Snickers. So if you like Snickers, that sort of chocolatey, caramelly, sort of definitely predominantly peanut, and just the OG fruit and nut. So, but yeah, I'm going to stop waffling now. Hopefully I'm going to spin the camera around, see if we can get a little take on camera. Fingers crossed, and I'll report back to you guys soon. Cheers for watching.
I will run, I will climb, I will soar. I'm undefeated. Oh, jumping out of my skin, pull the cord. Yeah, I believe it. Oh, the past is everything we were. Don't make us who we are. So I'll dream until I make it real, and all I see is stars. It's not until you fall that you fly. When you're...
Right, so I'll just run through with you the rig I'm using and the bait. It's a Ronnie rig, needs no introduction. I think the majority of people know how to tie one. I mean, you don't even really need to tie one, to be honest. So what I use is, I'm not too sure if it's picking it up. So I use the Gemini tidy booms. You get these in different sort of variants. You get them for a 360 rig, you can get them for a turbo German rig, a Ronnie rig, do loads of variations of it. So this one is actually a dedicated Ronnie rig, and basically I use these, which are little tungsten sinkers from ESP. I think this is the medium size one, and these fit lovely over this little fused sort of section here on the end, on the swivel end. So that counterbalances my 12mm pop-up absolutely perfectly. And then the hook I've got on here is a Thinking Anglers Beat wide gape, and I've got on there a little, it's Ridge Monkey, it doesn't matter, it's a bead, and then I like to use a bait screw, so I can screw on the baits as and when I need them. I'm only fishing sort of these short periods, so I've not got to worry about the bait swelling and coming off. So yeah, it's quick, it's speedy, it's easy use. So that is pretty much it, guys. Gemini tidy boom, hook, whatever hook pattern you want to use. I do like the beak point, because I do feel that the beak on it, like the talon sort of effect there, does really help. Once the hook is set, then it stops that hook coming out, especially in a sort of barb version. So that's there. So what I'm doing to that is I'm then hooking on a little PVA bag of the OG fruit and nut. Fish rolled in the swim next door. So hooking on a bag of the OG fruit and nut. But before I hook that on, I'm getting the sauce, which is, and like I said earlier, the nice thick liquid they do. So I'm just merely putting that on the outside, smearing that on. Only about half of it. You don't need too much. It's really potent liquid. You can use this to soak your boilies in, coat your boilies, whatever your heart desires, as they say. And then the magic dust, which is all different sort of really fine powder up to sort of like chunky bits. And then what I'm getting that, I'm just rolling the little PVA bag in there, and then all of that magic dust is sticking onto that PVA. So then when this gets to the lake bed, PVA is going to melt. I've got the little particles which are going to float up in the water, going to drop down. It's going to give that scent trail off for hopefully to home these fish in, drop down, get feed in, find a nice little package of chops there, and then obviously my hook bait sort of right onto that. So all I do is, you know, I've got no worries about this tangling, so I literally nick this in at the end like that, and then that is hooked on, and then that is cast out or dropped at my desired spot. So really simple fishing. I'm then pinging probably about a dozen hook baits around to the island one. The one down the margin there, I'm just dropping them in by hand. So yeah, that's it. Quick, simple, easy fishing. So I've actually moved now. I was in peg 3. I've moved around to peg 10 now. So I was fishing down this sort of side of the island down there, but I've seen too many fish sort of on under this overhanging sort of willow branch there. So I've basically just moved around here. I've just put 2 rods sort of tight on there at the moment, and see how we get on. But like I just said, there's a water monk outlet here, which lets the water out into the stream behind. So I'll just bait up that now and again, gradually, almost like match style, and then hopefully, you know, if there's anything there, then I can visually sort of see it, you know, any colouring up or bubbling, etc., like I explained before. So we'll sort of have that. But I've done sort of like evening fishing, floater fishing, and I've had them at the base of these sort of platforms. So the fish do come in. There is a lot of leaf matter here where the sort of wind's blowing in this end. So I'm not going to come in too close anyway, but with the Ronnie rig, you know, that's a benefit, that you can just sort of drop one in on top of that anyway. But we'll see how the day goes. Lovely view. I've got the Viaducts Bridge behind me. So Francois Bougerie, or however you pronounce his surname, would probably love it here. Might give him a little shout out, see if he wants to come fishing and train spotting at the same time. So yeah, we'll see how we get on, guys. But until I see you next, I'll see you next. There you go. Another little one. Obviously moving paid off. So yeah, lovely little mirror carp. Here again, little PVA bag of chops, bit of sauce, bit of magic dust, 12mm pop up. Lovely. Makes it all worthwhile. And the sun's just come out as well. So yeah, let's get this little fella back, get the rod out, see if we can get some more. Cheers. £18. £18. Fucking hell, man. Never known a fish like it. 1913. There you go. Finally. £19.13. It's getting back before the battery runs out. Nice. Nice common. I think I've had a common out there before. Let's get it back. Another one. Fish number 5 or 6. Can't remember. Anyway, nice. So the common I just had out was 1610. Forgot to wait before I put it in. Literally, battery's on 4%. So this is probably going to be the end of the vlog now. I will probably put a little thing on the end when I get home just to see if I caught any more. But here again, Parker baits, OG fruit nut crumb with the OG fruit nut sauce, and then with a little sprinkling of the old magic dust. So seems to be doing the trick. So yeah, I'll keep you posted, guys. Cheers.
Thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed the vlog. If you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel, like this video, and hit that notification bell to keep up to date with the newest and latest uploads.
Day in, day out, it's the same road we're walking down. Same job, same town, 'cause we've been told the story.